What's happening? Yo, yo, yo. Just doing some last minute tinkering just before the race. Just want that. Hello. Yeah, crew chief, welcome here. There's no one, come on. He doesn't know. Oh, decides to know. New version of crew chief. Remind me later.
Radio check.
Oh, I forgot. What about that? Yeah, it's supposed to control gain. So I have 15%. Just out of curiosity. I'll have to quit that out, won't I? Just make sure in controls, dampeners, gammers on 1, scales right, filter, speed, sensitivity, system, patch, force feedback, yeah, that's all. No, that's all sound. Yeah. Just out of curiosity before the race starts, I think I just want to feel what the steering wheel feels like.
B23. Alright, Wayne, get ready. Green, green, green. Left side. Still there. Still there. Clear left. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate. On your right.
Oh!
Very wide. Clear all round.
Some castles still push me off.
There's an incident
Ah,
in
nah.
Looks like it's green and our end. You've got some
Real stuff.
serious suspension damage there.
Yeah, yeah.
23rd place. Heads up, get ready. Green, green, green.
Oh, God. It was not going to be like this in a race.
7 laps. Stay calm. Focus. Go.
be alright, that. I'll keep that as that.
Green behind is pitting.
I'm happy with everything like that. Yeah, the race is about to start. I'm in the second split. No, didn't even get into the first split. That could be in Phil's race.
Your skin has been uploaded. Skins check, nothing new, carry on.
Exit's clear. Push.
It's got aero damage.
There's traffic behind. Seen through blocking going into Eau Rouge. Yellow flag. Okay, wait. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left. The leader's just done a 146.6. Clear right. B5. Yellow flag. Caution. Sector 1 time's okay. Yellow flag. Car right. Right side's clear. Rear tyres are hot. Your rear tyres are getting hot.
A warning. See that divvy then?
P-Tactics clear. Push.
Don't think I'll be getting the oh I will. Graphics are all over the place.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. Sixth place.
Yeah, that's what he should have done, that other fella.
Your tyre temps are looking good.
25.9. 145.9. Oof. I'm off my pace, look.
Checkered flag, P8. The leader has just done a 145.3.
I don't know.
Sector 2 time is quick. Okay, Wayne, you've got half your fuel left. P3. Very little fuel left. That's the end of the session, P4.
That Fram was good there, getting into the 405s.
The leader is pitting now. 20 minutes. Alright, Wayne, get ready.
I'm going to stick to what I know. If it's on no fuel, oh well, never mind. They're all on mediums, that number 2's on softs. Don't know where Phil is. Oh, Phil's in 9th.
Green, green, green.
Terrible start for me.
Car right, clear right.
Back to P3.
The leader's just done a 146.4. P3. The gap ahead is now 4.6 seconds. The gap behind is now 2.2.
Slippy outside on the inside.
The gap in front is now 4.8.
That's too wide then. Compromised. Damn it. Stick to me lines, man.
Just look good. The gap behind is now 3.0 seconds.
Gotta get that 5.6 down ahead of me.
The leader has just done a 146.0. The gap in front is now 5.4.
Guy behind me's catching up.
You've got cold front tyres. Nice one, Wayne. This is great. Come on, keep nailing those exit
crash into me for? Oh, that's why. He crashed. He's the one with the soft tyres. That's fast. Don't know where the hell I went that way for. Short shifted.
Your tyre temps are good. Okay, Wayne, come on, stay focused. Apexes and exits, apexes and exits. That lap was a 147.1. It's your best lap in this session.
Get a tour from here.
Gain on the guy in front. The gap is 1.2. That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here.
Well, I'd stutter then.
Seen a bit of wear all round. You need to push if we're going to hold this position. Pay attention to track limits, please, Wayne.
To piss off.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes. On your right. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
It's the last lap. Maybe not. I am on fumes, aren't I? Jesus.
Matching race pace. One more lap.
Got it.
P1. That lap time was 1:46.7.
Got this, man.
The gap to Martins behind is now 2.1 seconds.
There you go.
Wayne, great win. You deserve that today. Car right. Right side's clear. Car left, clear left.
Oh well.
On your right, left side.
Fuel's gone. Oh. Divvy. Whoever that was. Years old, yeah. I don't know. We still got FS, yeah. I'll be changing that though. Look at a Phil comment now. Right. killed someone before the double gauge. Right. Right. You alright, Kiru? What a race. Oh, cheers, mate. How did you get on with your fuel? I've just got to do something. I've got some bad FPS problems. Yeah, look, this is my settings for the wheel. I put that to 15, dampener. I've seen them on the Fanatec. Their dampener settings are 15. I had it on 100, but I put that on 100, and I had that car wheel on, I think it was 80, was it 85? No, 90. I think it was 90%. But I just find that the wheels are a lot more intuitive. You can just, it's the centre part of the wheel as well. I find if you turn that dampener completely off, the game hasn't got that dynamic ability to harden the steering up. You're just getting whatever information the tyres are telling the wheel to do, really. So it's not providing you with the G-forces that you need, you know what I mean? When you're going slow, when you're going fast, that's why you get dead zone. But give it a try. I'd recommend it. It's well worth a shout. But that's spot on that. What I've got to do is, unfortunately, I've got to turn off OBS for a second, but I'll come back on. So stay on, and I'll catch back up again. I've just got to turn it off just so that I can set something back, because it was terrible. I should be back now. Hopefully I've got sound as well. Yeah, there's sound. Let's turn this fan off, because that's causing interference. Right, yeah, so what I've got to do is, right, yeah, in this NVIDIA control panel, I needed to see, I did have it on CPU. I put it on GPU and it was terrible. I think my bottlenecking is definitely GPU bound on VR. Everything is back. Cheers, mate. Where did you end up? Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh, come on. No, I don't want to register. Put it on remember me, but it doesn't seem to work. Sound is even better. Cheers, mate. I've been fiddling around with stuff. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. No, be current standings, won't it? Where are we? Races. Is the second split up? No, only the first and the fourth split at the moment. We'll give it give it a minute or so. Let's have a look what happens on the first split. head. I don't know who he is. 1:44.7. Do you know what? I mean, that might have been in the race lap, because that's the race lap. He's super fast, but I don't know what tyres he had on, because I used mediums for my quali to get 4th in quali there in split 2. James was in there. He had a little race. It's a shame I wasn't on it. He came 17th. Woo. No sign of Mark. Mark's not on there. He must be still on holiday or something. Okay. Let's see if it's back. Could be back. May not. Now, split 1, split 4. Split 1, split 4, split 1, split 4. I need to do something else as well. So, done the CPU. I think that's it. CPU. Encoding. That's off. Don't put decent messes around with the graphics card. That's why I was asking you about 5th. Is right. Oh, did he? He was live streaming. I think he's still live streaming now. 5th. We'll get the replay up in a minute, Phil. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year? Yeah. Hope you and your family had a good Christmas and good New Year, Phil. Just saw this car after the race. Oh. Right, okay. I think that's all I needed to change. I'm happy with the force feedback settings. While I've got you on your Thrustmaster, Kiru, what you have on those settings on your control panel? Do you remember? Have you left them on default? If you're on default, it means force feedback strength is 75, and then the rest are 100. So I've put force feedback strength to 100, and then I've just changed the dampener. I did put that. I did have that on default, but I've knocked it back to 15%. It feels more intuitive. Let's go back onto simulation systems. Let me just turn off crew chief. Stop crew chief and quit. And just make sure. Yeah, you're gonna see FPS in the Reaver tune as well, which is helpful. What are we looking for here? Oh, why do we? Oh yeah. Just quit out for a reason. The festives were fine. Very good. Very good. Mine is still default. Okay. So you've had all the feelings of going over the curbs, the undulations of the track, where there's a smooth part of the track, where there's bumpy part of the track. You've had all these feelings. If you turn that dampener off, because you've got it on 100%, if you turn that off, it's like it's just numb. It's just, oh, you get strength, but it's just not strong enough. Weird. So the dampener actually gives it more strength. So you've got it on 100, but you're given the game 100% of that setting to use. So I mean, technically that's better in a way. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, do you know what? I've been racing loads with it on default, and I should just put it on default, because I'd recommend you to put really the gain on 100. See this, the overall strength of all forces, put them on 100. I've just been playing that on 15 and it's pretty good. I don't know whether I feel any difference really. I'm just going to stick it on 100 because you know what, that's what I've been racing. Let me put the settings to maximum. It says custom, but it's 2K. So when you see this, it downscales it to 1080p for the live stream. So on default. Right, let's get the race up. Let's have a little look, see what went on. Let me take the headset off. I raced the other day on just on a normal online, and it was at Monza, and I think it was the Sol post processors, and when was it crashed? No. When when I raced, it was daylight, but the replay was in pitch black. I was like, what the hell? Mad that. So the replay, I think I had on the natural mod, and I think that's what caused it to go dark. I should have really had on Sol. Natural mod's crap, to be honest with you. It's like grainy. Works good for me. Cool. It'll be the 75% bit. I found that 75% just in my eyes wasn't as strong for me. I felt like through the slow turns, you know, when you through the slow turns when you're giving it the beans, it felt really light, you know, like I'd like sort of haven't got no grip on the front of the tyres, like understeery. So I put that gain on the control panel right the way up to 100, and then I went on the settings for the force feedback strength in game, and for the Formula 1 car, which you can do on track, just put your mouse over to the right hand side and get your force feedback up. It'll do the ini file just for that car. Let me just load up the names. You do that every single time, and I think that's the better camera. So where was I there? I think my P5. Yeah, something happened at the beginning. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to just go back a second. Yeah, something happened at the beginning. What happens at the beginning? Something happened, I can't think now. I'll get yours up in a sec, Kiru. I'll do a side-by-side comparison. See how you got on, see what people were like around it. Did you have any sticky moments like? I did towards the end. I was fighting for first. Some guy Fran, he put up a crazy fight. Where are we here? So I'm in the middle. What happens? I think I get bumped. Oh no, in fact it was alright. Do you know what it was? For some reason, you know, when you race against the AI, offline racing, what do you call it? It won't let you select first gear. You know, at the start. It's like, nah. So you've got to change gear and take off. It's like, no way. So yeah, I done a crap start. So that's where I lost a couple of places, because I was in P4. I think I'm in P6 now. What is it? P6? Yeah, I'm in P6. I'm just looking on the left hand side where the track is. You got all the black dots. You were close. You were close to me here, weren't you, Phil? Yeah, there you are. You're in you're 2 positions behind me. I went off wide there. You must have seen me do that. You must. Oh, now you're behind me. Where are you? Oh, you're right behind me as well. Look at that. You're on my tail. Oh no, I'm on that tail. Oh, so you're by me. Yeah. You can just see your race lines. If you look at race line comparison. I found if you shift down twice for that turn, then yeah, somewhere to the end I lost the back. Did it step out on you? Was you on mediums? Yeah, I tell you what though, loads of people locking up. I didn't lock up. I don't think I locked up once. I had my brake bias on 55. And I think I had my brakes on 90 in the strength. I think it was, I'm not 100% sure. I'll show you on the screen. There's a good way of doing your settings as well, without being on track or in the pits. I'll show you. Eau Rouge there. Radiant Eau Rouge, and can't think of the top one. Can't think of the straight now. So I moved up to 4th. I took a place there, haven't I? There are 2 cars behind me, Phil. Was you quite... Which gave me the 5th. And then some people crashed. Cool. Yeah, I think the 2nd position crashed. second position class. But how much fuel did you have left? I had like 0.4 of a litre left. 0.4 of a litre left. You use mediums, sound. Brake bias, power was 95. Brake, right, well you had the same as mine. But for me, because I've got the load cell, I couldn't really tell you what me. Let's have a little look. I'm looking for something. There's the pedals. Where's that from? There they are. Just shows you what type of braking. If you watch the red bit there, watch how fast I go off and on the brake, and that's because it's a load cell. Yeah, well, I'm quite smooth there. Quite smooth there. But when you watch, when you need to just give it a dab, it's like on then off there quick. Did I lock up then? I don't think so. I think the guy in front locked up then. So this is a challenge for third position. This is Antonio. Do you favour this camera angle? You're locking up. Yeah, see, because you've got no what's the word called? Resistance on your pedal. What I did was I put the conical mod on, and I added a bit of sponge. I can't even think what type of sponge. Maybe like it was like a firmish sponge, and I found that I got some, you know, like resistance off the pedal then when I was loading up the brake power. So I used the conical mod. Fuel signal came on during the last lap. What, red? Or on the steering wheel? I have 0.4. Look at me. I know this is obviously not in VR, but it won't work this in VR for some reason. But look at me graphics and me CPU. Now the graphics is running at 90%, which to me it's running at its most capability, but the CPU is only running at 27%, 29%. So to me, my CPU is fine. I don't think there's a problem, even though it's a 3rd gen i7. I think it's fine. It's running fine. I've got the that's another thing. Did I turn that off? Let's turn that on. I think I turned that on. I had that off. Yeah, that's another thing I've got to do on the BIOS. Let's turn that off. Because I think there's, yeah, I just don't think having like a couple of cores and threads in your CPU is helpful, really. Just think the whole architecture of PCs, motherboard, CPU, GPU, the way they communicate, the Windows program, the gaming program, I think everything's just like not really right for it, you know. It doesn't know. It's like, should I get it from there or should I get it from there? The comments are in front of it. I should gain a few. The last 2 laps, my rear tyres were yellow. Probably because of the crash. Yeah, it most probably was. Someone crashed into the back of me. That guy in 3rd place crashed into the back of me. I don't know what happened. Right, okay, so where are we on there? We're on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th lap. That's the 4th lap for me, innit? Let's go back to the beginning. Let's find you. Best way finding you is overhead. That'll be the best way. Right, okay. So let's see. Where are you? There's me. You were 1 more behind me, I think, because I was in 4th, 5th, 6th. Was you in 6th or 7th? Wrong. There you are, over there. But I can't really click here. I've got to do it this way. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows back on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are you then? Is that you? Oh, I can't tell now. Oh, that's too far back. Is that no, too far back? I think you're the next one there. I think that's you. That's you. Right, let's have it. Camera 8. Play. This is you, Akiru. I think this is you. A bit scrappy at the beginning, wasn't it? You got a good line out there, mate. Look at that. Oh, that wasn't being gutted. Last week, I had a terrible quali. I think I qualified in like 8th or maybe even later, and mate, it was carnage. I think mid part of the grid and behind the grid. Like, I think it's even carnage here for you. I just got lucky where I ended up coming out on the first turn. Yeah, this is you, mate. Have you noticed my race helmet? I've got the Speed Force, the Flash. I've got the Flash helmet. Third for that. So you come out of the turn before that in third as you go round, and then you keep third, and then you go wide and then cut in, but don't change to fourth. I find that pushes you on too much. You lose a bit of control. You drop down to fourth for this turn, hold fourth, keep on going, change up to fifth, change up to sixth, and then down to fourth again. Keep going, yeah, fourth, then flat out, all the way around, flat out. And it's weird for me, this break point, because I couldn't really find a marker. It was more like the sound of the engine, and I think it was a little bit of the marker. It was the curb on the left. Once I almost could see it in view on the left, and then I just broke. Your front's locked up there, so I want. Let me show you how you broke there. Let me show you broke with your pedal. Flat, full on the brake, and you hold the brake. Full on. Yeah. I mean, most probably, do you think you broke a little bit too late there? Should get a load cell mod for the TTPA pedals. Brilliant. The Bodnet, I think it's called. I will look back. It was a bit weird at first, don't get me wrong, because you're so used to all that travel in your brake pedal. It's the same travel as an accelerator, but in real life in a car you don't have the same amount of travel. It doesn't feel like the real life, to be honest with you. If you want that, you're better off going with the Fanatec Elite CSL pedals. So they've got a bit of travel as well as dampening, and then obviously then you've got your load cell progression, but the load cell is already on as soon as you start pressing the pedal. It's just the pedal like gives you a bit of dampening. You've got dampening, dampening, and then it's more or less solid. Then it's almost like when with the hydraulic fluid in your car and your slave cylinder, it all compacts in then, and you've just got pure your own foot pressure. But you get that with the load cell mod, don't get me wrong, but you don't get that dampening at the beginning. It's a tiny bit of dampening. It's I don't know why, but it's only a tiny little rubber. Not much space to play with, I think. But the load cell mod from Bodner was about 80 odd quid. To get the CSL Elite, you're talking nearly £200, or nearly €200. Definitely, yeah. You're bad in the pack there. Do you bother with your FPS counter when you're racing? I think my FPS would be a bit higher as well if I weren't doing the encoding and stuff like that. Because, well, I'm using the CPU for doing the encoding to the gaming PC, but that's not that much. It's just the bog standard, very very low. In fact, if I'm just trying to come out of this. That's not letting me. It's forcing. Weird that. Nice. No, it won't let me do it. Oh no, it should then. Yeah. Task manager. Ah. Oh. Yeah, it's forcing a full screen. It's not letting me look at it. Yeah, look, I can do it that way. Oh, you can't see this unfortunately, but I'm looking at it now, and my CPU is at 52% and my graphics card is at 98%. So let's see what the relevance is that. Let's see what else is getting used. OBS is using 9% of the CPU and 4% of the graphics card. Don't know why it's using 4% of the graphics card. It's not got it's set to, so it shouldn't be using anything really. Maybe it's just 4% for it to be on the desktop. If it was stuttering there a bit, do you have if it's set to auto? Well, see, I've done a bit of research with asynchronous warp. Basically, it fills in gaps of lost frames. So artificially, it tricks the algorithm to make these imaginary frames to smooth everything out. And it's supposed to help stop stutter. Now, I was getting loads of stutter, but I reckon my bottleneck. See, I wish that I could put the finger one that you can see there. I should really move that over to that side. Be better. I'll do that for next time. But if you look in between, you can see you've got the graphics card, the GTX, and its temperature is 52 degrees at 96%, so it's holding a good temperature. It's not too hot. So the VRAM is 4,000 megabytes. The memory clock is 4,500. Now the CPU, which is the i7 3770K, that temperature is at 55 degrees, which is pretty similar, or 60. It's pretty similar to the GPU, but the CPU has got a water cooler. But the CPU is running at 37%, 30 or 35%, and the GPU clock is 4,700 megahertz. It's because I've overclocked it. It's a stable overclock as well, and I'm getting 123, 125. If we put a replay on, and that's with everything maxed out on the set of Corsair. It's not an auto. I don't see a lot of difference when I disable it. I don't think you're going to see it with the FPS, mate. What you've got to look at is, do you get stutter or not? So if you get stutter with it on, I think you're definitely going to get stutter with it off. If you don't get stutter with it on, then you mightn't get stutter with it off. But it's like, you know, it's a bit tricky. But I don't know as well, but in your BIOS you'll have a setting on your north bridge, and it'll say under your north bridge, in your north bridge setting in your BIOS, iGPU. Traction, I think I had mine on 4 or 5. I was going off the sound off the last chicane. You can sort of hear it, you know, like sort of stopping your gearbox. it's like it like kicks in and doesn't allow your drivetrain to like spew up its power and fire up its power like here. Like this turn was like hold it back. But again, you don't want it, obviously you need a little bit of power to push you around the turn, but you know, you don't get any feeling from the accelerator. There's no not progression. There's no dampening, not even dampening really. But I'd say there's no progression feeling in the accelerator pedal. It really, in real cars, the only time that it did have that is when it was a cable. Do you know what I mean? So if you went back to cable, you get feeling from the butterfly that opens and closes. If you seem to get a bit of pull from the suction of the air flowing through it that goes into your injectors, and that was that back in, you know, older cars. I think I had 2 cars, possibly 3 cars with that type of. I think it was 2 cars that had a cable accelerator. The rest was just fly-by-wire. They just seem to like have some sort of dampening on the accelerator pedal to make you feel like the more you push it gets a little bit of resistance. But yeah, the traction control on 4, I think I was 5, so it was a tiny bit less. I was trying with 6, but it was making the back end step off a little bit. But you said, oh, you crashed, didn't you? So if you got crashed into the rear, you would either have an misalignment of your wheels or aero damage on your rear diffuser. Oh, that's you. On your rear there. I really think, you know, if you got yourself a load cell brake mod for those pedals and got used to them, didn't take me long, took me about 2 hours of that. I'll tell you, mate, you'd be catching these fellas up here. Because your car, it's like we're teammates really. The setup that I gave you for this car, your car is literally like a teammate car. Do you know what I mean? You had all the tools there. I know you didn't do much practice. I'll be honest, I've had like 2 days worth of practice where I've been, I'd say 5 hours, but I was faffing. I was doing my hardware testing, so I was using this card and this track with 23 cars on the track to gauge my settings, and then I go and change it last minute. Daft. Do you know what I mean? So there's an argument, and for me personally in VR, what GPU have you got? What I know you told me a while ago. I apologise, Kiru, but what CPU and GPU do you have, and how much memory have you got, and do you use SSD drives, or have you got a hybrid, or have you got a normal hard drive? Give us a shout on your spec, mate. You rocketed out on the last turn. They could have had theirs again. I put it to 10, and it was sketchy. So maybe with a little bit more practice, I could have maybe put it to like 6 or 7. But I did go to nearly 6, and I was finding if I was to get on the accelerator through mid corner, it would want to step the rear wheel out, the rear wheels out. You got the GTX 1070. Is it Gigabyte or what brand? Mine's a Gigabyte one, the G1 I think. And you got an i5 6th gen 600K. Is that stock? Are they both running stock? Should download Afterburner and Reaver Tuner. You need Reaver Tuner, and it'd be interesting to see your temps, not in VR, because obviously it, for some reason it doesn't work. I need to try and find one that does work in VR. Not for FPS, because obviously you've got the render stats, haven't you? But for temperature and how much percentage, how much power it's getting to it. Because if you look at that, do you know what I mean? I don't really think I've got the gigabyte as well. The G1 is it? I think it's G1 I got. I think it was called the G1 Eurus or I don't know. I think G1. Yeah. See, I need. It's mad because I think I know I need a new CPU because I've had that for a long time. But oh, has that crashed? It's crashed. It's me talking about graphics. My graphics have just crashed. Just give me a second. Come on. Give me a second. I've had it running for ages. We're down to 85 now. I think it could be memory. Leave it at that. Crashed. Let me just load it back up again. Just scared of breaking it. Don't worry mate, you won't break it. They have fail safes in there. The only way you break it is if you're short circuited something, you know, it's got a spike in the power, things like that. With physically messing around with it. No, don't worry, honestly. They're designed to be overclocked. Even if you've got the overclock version, you just haven't got much wiggle room with the overclock. I've tinkered with this stuff for ages, believe me. I've tinkered with this stuff for ages, and not once have I had a card. I tried some overclocking, but I'm not a big fan of it. You just got to know what you're doing. So with the GTX 1070, it's more memory overclock bound than the GPU core. I think 100 to 80 to 100, but it's the memory. You see the temperature up here, 48. I've just knocked the memory down 10. Just there you go. Right, let's get it towards the end. Let's see. Position I'm in here now. This is fighting for first. The two of the guys in front are back markers. So this is me and Fran. Fans there, yeah. Battling. Oh, no, it's me now. What happened there? Oh, it's weird. What happened there? I think it was. I think I know where it was. This is the battle. He locks up. Mate, there's some little battle there. Like I go to the lap before it. Before I call it a day. Just get a break. You won't. Honestly, you won't break it. You won't break it. GPU, GT. Yeah. Super. Because of the 8 gig RAM on it. 6 gig. I think it's the GTX 4. I think the memory is 4, isn't it? Yeah, 4 gig. So 4000. 6 is like 50% improvement on the memory, but I think the reason why you've got all these really good like the 1080 Ti's, anything with Ti on it, I think is going to be a lot better because it's usually got 11 gig of RAM on it. And I think higher your RAM. Oh, this keeps crashing. Sorry man, this keeps crashing. Just give me a second. See, that's the worst thing that can happen. That's it. Do you know what I mean? That is the worst. Just give me a second. The whole computer froze. You've still got me talking, but come on, computer. Come on. It's froze. You just gotta know what you're doing. Let's see what's going on here. So I'd say this clock core here, I had it on 85, didn't I? Just knock it back to 80. Give it a little break. And take the memory back to 450. It's been running for a while now. Put on that. Save it to having a break setting. Load this back up in. Are you still there, Akiru? So yeah, the 8 gigabytes of RAM would definitely be in favour. I think, what is it? What's the difference? 50 quid? I think it's 50 quid. What price have you seen it for? Because I'm thinking of the 2070. I think, is it GTX or RTX? Is the GTX non-Touring? That would be the Touring architecture, but it won't have no ray trace. It's worth a look at for the ray trace in it. I think the graphics card needs a break. It's not happy. I'll let it cool down for a bit. No, it doesn't look like it. No, I didn't change it. Weird. I'm sure I changed that. 80. 450. Think that's set in now. Saved. No, that's me. That's what I've done wrong. I've never pressed the save button. 80. Oh mate. No, I've yeah, possibly. I just forgot to press that bit, which saves it to there now. That I've turned it down. That should be fine. I'll rerun the replay. It should be fine. Taking this off. Should be checking this as well. You know when your computer hasn't got nothing on, it's just bare bones. Check me. You want to really get the most to see that is 1 or 0, and this 0. You just want all of it to idle dead sweet. If you're getting problems, CC cleaner, I always use that. It's quite good. Just run the register and run the cleanup. It should be fine now. Right. €570. Have you tried UK company called Scan? Try them. Also try overclockers, and Currys, PC World Currys. They've got some good deals. 570. I'm not too sure if 570 is about going price. I think it could be. And what's that one? Is that Gigabyte? Oh yeah, Gigabyte brand, yeah. It'll be the I'm trying to think the name because I've been looking. I think it'll be the G series, the same as this one. Right, we've got everything running. It should be more stable now. I'm only giving it 80% of what I was using. I can hear the fans going off the redstone. Yeah, look at that. I'm actually getting better frames, better FPS. 130 now. Ah, that'll be because at the beginning. It's because there's less cars close to it. Close. So yeah, this is the lead guy. He comes off and did you see that? Go back. You watch him. Takes this corner a bit crap. See him here. No, I can't get him on that one. Get him on this one, look. He's already slipping, look, see? The back slipped out. He's already fast turn. He's lost that. So what's he doing here? Because this is flat out, this. You can see that getting a little bit of understeer. Can you see that? A little bit of understeer. He's got the oversteer. You've got to back right off the accelerator there. You're not going to catch that. He's just hoping that he'd be able to pull that back in there with the opposite lock. Sorry, friend. Rudy. 570 is for the RTX. Right, okay. How much is the GTX 2070 then? Okay, 470. Oh, so it's an extra €100. Could have been. Could have been turning in a bit too quick. And I think I have, how many laps? 2 laps? 2 laps at and the guy behind me who's fighting for first place is Diego, isn't it? I think it is. Something that Connor. I think that Connor's a back marker. I think Diego is the fighter for second. What did you think of the little equation that I sent you for doing fuel? It's proper, like, really close, isn't it? The way I got the figure, I added 1 extra lap on top. That's how tight it was. Well, it's pretty good. The what do you call it? The formula for it, isn't it? Thought you'd like that. Did you do it yourself as well, or did you just take my? Oh, you must have took mine, didn't you? Did you put 68 litres in? I think that the adjustment on the overclock there, I think that might be better. Because I don't normally see this. This is new for me using it. The amount of faffing that you do, man, it's crazy, isn't it? Usually had 2 laps. Technically you're going to only do 1 lap, aren't you, really, unless it's a short track. you know, you could go over. So you ended up with 74 litres. So you must have had what? 5 litres left in. That's almost a lap. Almost a lap to litre. And think about it as well in weight. You added 5 extra litres of fluid in the car. Was it 2 litres, I think they say? Have in reserve. What? I was like, I had it on 68 and I looked in the chat and someone said 74 or 75. So I what you called it, put it on, and then I went no. I said that, you know, what'll be will be. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Stick to that formula, because it made sense. Because if you read it, the breakdown of the formula, it's correct. Everything's correct. You're taking how long the race is, and then what you're doing with that. I haven't even got my phone on me, so let me see what it looks. Did you read it? You take. Right, okay. So, 60 seconds times by the length of the race. So in this case, 20 minutes. So that comes up with a figure. So in this one, they're doing 90 minutes. So they come up 60 times 90 minutes was 5,400 seconds. So whatever 20 minutes is in seconds, that's what you get. Then you look at either your fastest lap or what you would consider to be your average lap. So, you know, sometimes you could be just over a second slow. Depends if you have a bit of a crap lap, you know, inconsistent lap. Oh, do you? I figured 12. That's what I got. For me, 12. And don't forget, you know, 68 litres. You're carrying 74 litres instead of 68. So when you're really close, really close to fast racing, you know, it's different. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. You see all this? See the crashing and all that? That affects your safety rating, you know. That affects your safety rating. I was really gutted. Has it crashed again? It has crashed again. Stupid thing. It's still working now, technically. It's having a break now anyway. I just had to manually turn it off. Right. Yeah, and then it says what your average lap time is. So whatever the seconds were, divide that by your lap time, and then it gives you how many laps. Yeah. And then what you do then is you put your laps in and how much times your fuel is per lap. That's the other one at the end. And then add another your fuel calculator tells me you need 198 litres. The tool says including 16 litres, so it's 155. Well, in reality, you only should. Yeah, that's the calculator. You had 8 instances. Me just parking it around the source on the pit lane exit got me only 1. Yeah, I know. That would have been them crashing into me. Stupid. You won't get any race instances in quali. So if you ever have a problem with anyone, you do your head in. And quali, but on the race you will. That affects your driver rating. Right, I'm gonna call it a day because I've gone way past the time I normally finish. 35 minutes past it. So Akiru, you being the only one in today, so nice one, appreciate it. Next week, don't know what race is next week. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, let's see if we can get the thing go up dead quick. Second split. Think. There's the name. 146. The guy who finished second, Diego, got a faster best lap. He got a faster best lap as well, that Fran. And it was between us three. But there you are in fifth there, Akiru. Hey. It felt good. It felt good. You've won before anyway, yeah. 8 race instances. You got 1. Look at that, jammy. Hey, you okay? Doesn't someone crash into you as well? Imola next. I like that track, Imola. Very heavily compressed on the suspension. A lot of hills, down, up, stuff like that. Right, okay, I'm gonna call it a day. And yellow, started 4th, dropped 2 places to 6th on the first lap, got 2 places back on the second lap, so back to 4th, then moved up 1 place to 3rd for 4 laps, then on the 7th lap, 6th lap, moved into 2nd, then 7th, 8th, and then on the 9th lap, moved into 1st, and then done 10, 11, 12 to bring it home. Got 80 points for that, so nice. Still on 530 though. Need to get these down. I've had 7 wins now. Holy grail. Right, I'm gonna finish up. Nice one, and I'll see you next week. Or in fact, sometimes I'm just live streaming anyway, so hit the subscribe button and say hello, because I put everything up. I'm just faffing. Sometimes I'm faffing with settings and stuff like that, but try them settings that I've said. You don't have to overclock your graphics card, Akiru, but try them settings. You'll have an iGPU in your BIOS, so when you turn your computer on, just keep tapping delete and it'll load your BIOS up. Then look for the North Bridge section, and in the North Bridge section you'll see where it says iGPU. Turn that off, because basically your Windows sees 2 graphics cards, because your iGPU and your CPU have got not integrated graphics cards on your motherboard, because you disable that anyway. It's your actual CPU itself has a few cores in there, and it recognises it and sees it. You want that off. So then load the computer up as normal, go into NVIDIA control panel, go to the PhysX, set that to CPU, then your async, if it's smooth with, it could possibly be smooth without, but if it's not smooth without, just do testing with 23 cars on an offline race, and then just do that. But disable it. It shouldn't jump then, in a way. Do you know what I mean? Try that. Just do a bit of faffing, mate, because if you can get your system running smoother, you know, no stutters or any lagging at all, then you're going to be more consistent. I had, to be honest with you, I did have stutter and lag on that race. I was lucky. I really did think it was going to crash on me. But that could have been me CPU as well. So me overclock on my GPU. I've got the CPU overclocked as well. Overclock and everything. Right, I'm gonna go anyway. Right, nice one. I'll see you next time.